What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pace Studio here in Midtown Manhattan. We are broadcasting to you live from the Manhattan Center, as always, here on 34th Street. And we are joined by a very special guest right now. This is Darling West.
Hey.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good.
Welcome to Paste.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to America.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Darling West is a Norwegian group, and they have a new record just came out on Friday. It was called While I Was Asleep. Third record, I believe. Third
Yeah.
full-length record. Yeah.
First one that we pushed here in the States.
First one that we've been lucky enough to have in physical form here in our hands in the States. And it's really a gorgeous record of folk and Americana and country and Scandinavian sounds that I will ask you about a little later. But right now, let's start it out with one of these new songs. Tell me a little bit about what you're going to start out with.
Yeah, we're gonna start out with a song called After My Time. I think it was the first song we wrote for the new album, and I think it sort of paved the way for how the whole record sounds, with a slightly rougher edge and a lot of like duo harmony singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's about, I think, you see a lot of people, at least nowadays, with you get all the news bombarded towards you, and there's a lot of people in this world who are having a real hard time. So it's a song about those people, I think. And two, three, four.
When I am gone, bury my bones deep in the ground. Pray I will find some peace of mind after my time. You ask who I am. I was just like you, living day by day. That used to be true. Now it is time to go, and I ain't coming back. I can see despair in your eyes, but please don't turn away. When I am gone, bury my bones deep in the ground. Pray I will find some peace of mind after my time. Driven away, my brother and I, broken by war. I had to watch him die. I have seen it all, and here's what I've got to say. I can see the hope in your eyes, so please don't turn away. Sit for a while, make me feel safe. Let us pretend that there is a place far away from here, and this is not the end. I can see the tears in your eyes, but please don't turn away. When I am gone, bury my bones deep in the ground. Pray I will find some peace of mind after my time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. So I want to ask you about this new record. Just came out on Friday. It's called While I Was Asleep. For many Americans, I think this is the first time that we have heard your music. Even though this is your third album, it's the first one that has sort of made its way all the way across the ocean.
Yeah.
And so, my first curiosity when I hear this record, which is, just really sort of beautiful country and folk and what we might call Americana music here.
Yeah.
But I wonder in Norway, it's not called that there, or is it called that there? What?
We tried to establish the whole expression of Americana.
Yeah.
But we're quite a small, not a lot of people play that kind of music in Norway. So it's more common to call it country.
Country.
Which
And that could be
is-
any country. Or,
Which, when we came here the first time and said that we won a Norwegian Grammy Award in the category of country music, they were
Right.
like,
Yeah,
I
right.
don't think
How
so.
many people in that category?
There's not a lot of twang guitars in.
So where did you guys pick up your twang guitars? When you were coming up as musicians, what brought you to this kind of music?
Well, when we started playing together, because we were married, so we didn't start playing together until after we were married. I thought it was not a good idea to work together. I
Yeah.
thought it would just, turn into a very ugly situation. But then we decided to just go hiking and bring a banjo and a mandolin, because we both love Gillian Welsh. And that was the first one we heard who was doing that kind of stuff. And we started just playing instrumental fiddle tunes. And from there, we started trying to write our own songs in that vein, very acoustic. So I guess that's how it started. And then
And before that, I mean, my dad listened to a lot of country music while
Yeah.
we were driving
proper
around.
country.
Right,
Proper.
and that is country music from these shores. Was there traditional Norwegian music that also mixed in, that became a part of all the music that you heard growing up and filtered into what you do now?
Probably. My music taste is quite diverse, and so I think there's a lot of everything in there. And the Norwegian folk music is not that far from the American folk music, so I think it's a lot of everything in the mix. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and although it's not conscious, I sort of hope there's something of that Norwegian tonality in what we do.
Yeah, I would imagine it's sort of inevitable in a way, right?
Yeah.
This is your own folk music,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're writing your own Norwegian folk music.
Yeah.
So that's what it sounds like. So we're you're gonna do a couple more from While I Was Asleep. Tell me a little bit about this next one.
Yeah, we're happily married, I will say.
Yeah, I will
But
say
s-
that too.
But still, Tor he tends to write very sad songs about heartbreak and misery. And this is one of those. So we're gonna do one of his latest works. It's called Loneliness. He's not that lonely. But I mean, you tap into a lot of other stories, and what do I know? You probably had a terrible time before you met me.
Yes, I sure did.
That's what all these songs are about.
Yeah.
Before Mari.
This is Loneliness.
Yeah.
If this is what loneliness feels like, I've never been lonely before. Those letters you so eloquently turned into words and left for me one morning on a note by the door. If this is what loneliness feels like, I've never been lonely before. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. If this is what heartbreak time. I've never been lonely before. Ooh, 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 ooh,
Guys, thank you so much. So the other thing about the new record that I was realizing as I went back and listened to all your guys' past music is that this one does have kind of a fuller sound, a little bit of a louder sound. There are drums on this record pretty prominently displayed. Was that something like, on your third record, you're looking to expand not just your sound, but maybe the people who are hearing this record? Does that have anything to do with sort of how you put these songs together?
Yeah, what comes first? I mean, as a band, it's it's important to evolve to make it interesting to yourself also.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit of both because we want to make it interesting to people and make it easier for us to play larger stages. But also, it was just the right thing to do. We have a really good friend who plays the drums, and he had started playing live shows with us for a while before we went into the studio with this record, and it was just so natural to bring him along, and we kind of wanted to make it a bit more punchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, is that something, like when you started out as songwriters, the way you're describing it, very kind of intimate, the two of you, acoustic guitars, a banjo, a mandolin. Now that you are, this is a little bit more of a rock record. Does that change how you think of how you write these songs or put them together from the beginning?
Well, yes and no, I guess, because I think what I feel is that we've evolved as songwriters, just like learning how to play an instrument. By doing these 3 records, we've gotten better at writing songs, I think.
Yeah.
But when we decided to produce this album ourselves, so we're just writing the songs and working on demos, it just felt like these songs could work really well with more of a band sound.
Yeah, I think we heard the sound while we were writing the songs, kind of.
Yeah.
Even though we were in the same process as we had been with the songs from the last records or the former records, with a couple of instruments and just the songwriting, it just sounded that way.
Yeah.
In our heads while we were writing.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's also so much fun to bring along a drummer, and I also play a lot of bass for the live shows with a full band.
Yeah.
Just to have that possibility to play with a proper band is a lot of fun, and you can play outdoor festivals.
Yeah, right.
Which is kind of hard unless you're Gillian Welch and David Rawlings.
And David
You can
Rawlings,
pull it
right?
off.
Well,
Yeah.
right, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you guys are like on your way to being a metal band in like 10 years. There's going to be a full.
Is
Yeah.
that the way?
I used to be in a metal band, so that
Really?
might be my secret
You're
plan.
cycling back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be like double bass drums in
I
just a
didn't
couple
know,
years.
but maybe you have a secret agenda with this.
Or like a hidden track. You guys would be great with like one kind of like hidden track way at the end of the album that's just like a tearing it up metal, anthem.
Well, Norway is really known for their metal music.
That's
so.
right. That's right. Well, yeah, maybe reason enough not to do it right there. So guys are gonna do one more from this new record. Came out Friday. Tell me a little bit about what we're gonna end with.
Yeah, this is a song called Rolling On. We started writing that song in Chattanooga, Tennessee, actually. We were there last year, or we were at Americana Fest, and we visited Chattanooga. And I wanted to call it Chattanooga Blues, but we decided to just not
Feels
go
like
with
that maybe is taken, that title. I don't know.
Yeah, it
I don't
might
know, but it
be.
might be.
Yeah, and also, you know, you kind of have to be American to pull off a title like that, I think. So we decided to call it Rolling On.
Yeah, it's a lot of Norwegian melancholy in this. I think it's a bluesy tune about breaking free from something and paying the price.
All right.
And,
Fled the house where it all began, left a blazing fire and away I ran. Scars might heal, but I've got no time to wait. Just make it rain before it is too late. Met a man, claimed he knew the way. I said, who is leading and who's gone astray? He just smiled and told me what was right. I might be blind, I didn't see the light. I got nothing in my pockets, I have paid all my dues. I've got blisters on my toes from the holes in my shoes. I got no one to love, but I got friends left to lose. And the train keeps rolling on. I will try to make it to the end. Could there be a way still for my soul to mend? I have felt the power of the few, feeding my guilt, deciding what is true. I've got nothing in my pockets, I have paid all my dues. I've got blisters on my toes from the holes in my shoes. I got no one to love, but I got friends left to lose. And the train keeps rolling on. I've got nothing in my pockets, I have paid all my dues. I've got blisters on my toes from the holes in my shoes. I got no one to love, but I got friends left to lose. And the train keeps rolling on. And the train keeps rolling on. And the train keeps rolling on.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So everybody, this, of course, is Darling West. And the new album came out on Friday. It's called While I Was Asleep. It's the third album. It's available now in all of your fine local record shops where they exist. Also your favorite streaming services. And you guys you're on tour. I know there's a date tonight here in New York City at the Rockwood Music Hall, Stage 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. tonight in New York, and then I think back to Norway for a run of shows through the next few months. Is that right?
Yeah, some in March and some in April. And
Yeah.
then we'll do some German shows, and we'll be back in the States soon, we hope.
All right, great. Well, everyone can find those dates and a lot of this music at the website, which is darlingwest.no.
Yeah, or .com.
Or .com. Or .com. Or YES. I don't know if that works. No, probably
Probably
not. Never
not.
mind. Scratch that. Just darlingwest.com. You can find the dates and music and all kinds of other goodies. So check that out and pick up While I Was Asleep. Guys, thank you so much for coming to Paste.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
Yeah,
having
playing
us.
in our studios for us today. It really sounded beautiful. And when you come back to the States, please come back and play for us again, all right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
we will.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.